Sigo pensando en aquel encuentro, hey, con mariposas adentro. Sigo pensando en aquel encuentro, hey, con mariposas adentro. Sigo pensando en aquel encuentro, hey, con mariposas adentro. Con mariposas adentro.
Love and eat all day, baby. Love. Like, it's a blessing to have you guys out here today. To be able to have all 5 of you guys free at one time is, I think, is honestly a gift to us. Like, to be able to have all of you guys here today. Like, I don't think it would do justice to be able to have, like, you speak about his work or you speak about his work. To be able to have all of you guys here to just kind of like play off of each other and speak about your own work and kind of like put on for each other. I think like that's the best part about having all of you guys here today. So, I mean, us from the Ave, Palm Street Studios, like we're very blessed to meet you guys here today.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us.
Hell
yeah.
Man, super excited.
Well, for having us, and I think it took a while to actually get this together.
You know, we met at the end of January. On January 29th, we linked up at the original Ave Studio spot, which was the small little room that we had there.
I went with him.
Yeah, it was you two. You guys pulled up, and we planned for it to be in a couple weeks, but you had a big life change happening to you in that little time there, right? So I mean, like.
No, it was he got COVID the first time.
Right. You got COVID. And then, but as soon as that passed, you and I kind of got together and we spoke about it again. And you're like, "Yo, as soon as my baby's born, we'll do something."
Yeah,
and then obviously fatherhood really took a big step for you, right? So
yeah, man. Congrats to Ahlex.
Yo, congrats, man.
And I mean, I guess that kind of segues into like this first kind of like thought is, what did that do to you in that sense? Because I mean, like originally you had a lot of creative plans and we had creative plans together, but obviously in life, like unprecedented things kind of take more of a priority than others. And in this case, I mean, you had the biggest priority and probably the best thing that could ever happen to you happened to you, right? So I mean, everything else kind of falls second when something like that happens. So like you, somebody who, like I said, like you wake up kind of like every day and you think to yourself, like if I'm not doing something creative or working at my craft, like there's somebody out there getting better than me or who's going to do something that I thought of doing first, you know? So like what did that kind of like, how did that kind of play out with you, bro?
Well, it was very challenging, more like emotionally and like mindful, because you know your mind never stops working, you know, creates so many thoughts. And when you come into a place like this where you start overthinking about what you're gonna do, because fatherhood now plays something, you know, something bigger now in your life, right? It's not like
the biggest
deciding to go on and take for an activity, or deciding to go to a school or take whatever course you want to take. No, like now fatherhood, it's at the top of your priorities, right? So definitely, I think I was speaking to you previously about how like that made like such an impact on me, because like I don't know if I'm gonna have to stop doing many things, right? Like other things, like whether I have to shorten my time with, you know, either work or my music, which is something that I really want to do and I want to continue doing, right? So definitely there was like a time where I was just overthinking on like what am I gonna do. But you know, as time went by and where I was from, we didn't have anything, we didn't have much, and we're not, you know, very accessible to many things. And you know, just being a Canadian and just being here and have so much support from, whether it's money from the government or your friends and your family and everybody that helps you. Like this guy pulled up to my house with 2 boxes of freaking, you know, diapers, right? So it's like, you know, looking at that, it's just like, it's not that bad, you know? I really don't have to change anything.
Yeah.
It just makes me want to go harder and makes me want to appreciate more of my time at the studio. It makes me, you know, want to create something more exciting every time, and I don't take that time for granted anymore, right? Because I know that my time is so shortened that because of my priorities, that whenever I go to his house or whenever I go to his house or whenever I gotta work with him or whenever I link up with him, I gotta make sure that there is something special and there is a memory there, right? So I enjoy the moment. I enjoy, you know, daughter growing up every day. It's been 4 months now, and it's just like, yo, bro, like you grew up so fast. Like you're not as tiny as anyone that picked you up, you know. So definitely, you know, appreciating the present and appreciating my time. It's something that, you know, I'm more aware of now, and you know, just makes me want to go harder. Makes me want to.
How did you guys all kind of find each other? Like, how did you guys like come together and all of a sudden be like, yo, we together can do some crazy shit?
Well, going back to having a team together and all that stuff, I'm just super blessed to be able to work with these people, you know, because at the end of the day, my music is just not me, you know, it's his mind and his feelings that they want to portray, whether in a beat or a piece or whatever they're making, right? So I feed off of that. I feed off of what they give me. Like I said, I'm able to like actually sit down and make my music and write something that I'm feeding off of. The fact that I can go to his place and just smoke or drink or anything and not even do anything and just talk about life, like I stay with that. You know, yeah, music is a memory, but you know, other than that, for me, as a relationship that I have with him, the relationship that I have with this guy.
What was the first interaction? How did you guys find each other? So like, say I start with Marquise.
Actually, I think I have a very funny story actually. To start off, I was living in a house with a bunch of boys, and like we were looking for a roommate in our house, and then like I was made responsible to look for a roommate, and I was making a bunch of EDM music, and I was like, I hate like you know, going on Facebook Marketplace and like finding people. So eventually I put out the ad. I was like, you know what, let me do it. And then, you know, I got like hundreds of freaking people like, oh, I need this place. And then I'm like, oh, I don't know who to choose. Then this fucking guy was like, yo, I'm a music producer. I just read that, I was like, yo, come in right now. Right away, just come in. And then he comes in, like he had this fresh energy, and he just came from Mexico, and he was studying in SFU. Which course were you doing?
I was, it was on the arts. But this guy saved my life, bro. I was in an Airbnb and I had one night left.
And you're like, what am I gonna do?
I'm like, fuck, bro. I wanted to crash so bad. I'm like, I don't have a place for tomorrow. All my viewings are canceled, and I saw, like, I refreshed on Kijiji, I think it was.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just like, I'm a music producer. What's up? And like this guy like replied instantly, bro. Like instantly. 2 days after, like.
You were in this out. You were living there.
Yeah, I was already living there.
Yeah, we became best pals like instantly. We like clicked. We were like our personalities match, our music matches. So we were like, yo, and then we would cook up a lot. Yeah. And then like he was like, yo, I want to make music and everything, but I don't know. I'm not happy with the course I'm doing. Like,
you convinced me, bro.
Bro, fucking do music. The fuck, like he. Every day he's like, yo, let's do music. I'm like, bro, like just make the switch. Yeah.
That's
and
really
then, you know, like one night you're drinking beer with the boys, right? And then like he was like, yo, I think I'll make the switch. Like, yo, what? Like from SFU?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like, nah, you don't have the balls. Next day, transfers to LaSalle for like recording arts. I was like, yo, this guy's got balls, son.
When was it? How long ago was this?
This was what?
That was 2019. It was a couple of days after Endgame, like Avengers.
Okay. That's your end game right there.
Last night in Mexico, like I watched that shit like 3 hours after I flew here, bro.
How did you guys get linked up with the vocal, like with Ahlex and with
So
Aaron?
the plug is Marcos for sure.
Okay.
He's got a story to that.
I was in, my homies were like my roommates. After I moved out from his house, like 6-7 months after, my roommates wanted to go to studio, and I mean I was like, I was wearing like, I wasn't ready for it to get in the studio. You know, I was with my skateboard and shit, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go home. No, I was there still. I was there in there. I was still living.
Yeah, no, you were living. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna skate for a bit and I'm gonna go home. I was already homie with Willie, it was his
shout
roommate.
out to Willie,
yeah, shout out to Willie, man.
Bro.
And then he comes to me. What do you say, bro? Like,
oh yeah,
I know you.
so Willie, my buddy, shout out to him, Monterrey all the way. He told me before he left, he just flew away from like, he was actually staying on my couch, like in my house. He didn't have anything where to stay, so I was like, yeah, fuck, whatever, stay, right? So he stayed there for like a month, and then he left. So 2 days after he left, like we had the barbecue at my house, right? And this guy pulled up. I remember him telling me that he went to a party. He's like, "Yo, bro, like I was freestyling with this guy, and then this other guy was like freestyling."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I think one of them is a producer. I'm gonna link you." And then that same day, he messages me. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna send you this guy's Instagram, the one I told you, so you can message him. Tell him that I know him, and you can talk to him, so you can keep doing your music, right?" And then he's like, "Just go and message him, right?" And I look it up, and it's like Silver Keys, and I'm like, "Yo, this guy's right here in front of me," and I show him. And I'm like, "What?" And then I grab my camera, open up the camera, and I show him a video. I'm like, "This the guy?" He's like, "Yo, what the fuck? I know that guy." I'm like, "That's the one. How the fuck is he at your house?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. Things are just meant to happen, you know?"
Damn.
Yeah, you know,
cheers to
like
that,
he's
man.
searching for something. He's searching for something else, and like that's really how he came along, you know, finding music. And personally, when I started like doing music, I was like, I made a pact with myself. Like I really made a pact with myself. I was like, if I'm really gonna make music, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna have a full fucking project. I'm gonna make sure people actually are gonna be able to listen to it on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, whatever the fuck.
Every fucking thing that
I'm
they
gonna
do.
make sure that you listen to it, and I'm gonna make sure that you actually look at me and perform and actually be an artist. Because shout out to my mom, that's what I saw her doing the whole life. Like that's how she made a buck back in Mexico, right? Like she had to pay for people to take care of us.
She
while she was she was a live performer. She never really like, you know, wrote her shit or made her own music, but she was like an event singer, you know,
Okay,
like
great,
a
yeah.
quinceañera or a
She covered a bunch of
like
so she was good
so
at it,
many events. Sometimes she had 3-4 parties a day, bro. Like morning party,
just to make sure
evening
you guys were
party.
good, you and your brother.
And bro, she was super fucking good at it. Like
Yeah.
she would, she would actually like remember all of the songs, like all of her repertoire. And I'm not just talking about 6 songs. I'm talking about like when you actually pay for somebody, like a group or somebody to come and perform. They'll stay there for 4 fucking hours, and 4 hours of performing.
That's
is
a lot of fucking
over
music.
20 fucking songs.
No, that's
way
like
more.
That's like almost 80 songs, man.
Bro, like that's
Yeah.
so much. So it's like my mom would never have anything in front of her. She would always perform. She would remember it
And just go.
She would go down. She would go down and walk in between the tables and make people sing it and stuff like that. Even the other vocalist, like the guy, because it was a duet, right? Like it was her and the other vocalist. Like whenever the vocalist, like the guy would go in and actually do what my mom would do, the guy would look at my mom. Like the guy would look at my mom from afar, like forgetting the lyrics, and my mom would be like, "Oh no," like she would actually tell him the lyrics so that he could like continue like singing. And I saw that. I grew up with that. I was always not working with her, or like I would get paid like 200 pesos or like 100 pesos a party, and what I would do is I would go.
How
with
much
them.
is that in Canadian, just
Right,
for
that's
just a
like-
reference?
$6. Like,
Okay.
not even like $7 right now. So filling up the balloons with air and shit for the party, and like I'm at the car, like you know, filling up the balloons and you know with air, like this little thing, you know. And,
That's something else.
and-
That's something else, yo. Because this guy's insane, bro.
I met this guy because of this guy.
Again, so
He
the
messaged
plug, I
me.
get it.
Plug.
He messaged me and he was like, "Yo, bro," he's like, "There's these Mexican kids that
I was so
that
nervous too.
that wanna like they want me to like record them, and I'm fucking nervous, bro. I don't know, man. You wanna come with me?" I was like, "Fuck, for sure, why not?" I was eating with my family. I pulled up this little sketchy house. We call it the trap house.
Of course,
bro, but
yeah.
it's a trap house for sure, trap house. So we go in there, and then I go in there, go all the way upstairs, and then I open this bedroom, fucking hot box of shit, bro. You could barely see through that shit. I swear. So I go in there, and then that's where Latin gang, I would say, started, because like that's where I met Cuatro, that's where I met OG Vega, the
Cool
shout out to
kid.
OG Vega, hasta Vallarta. He's this guy, obviously. This guy pulled up with a big fucking smile. I was like, I'm gonna like this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna like this guy. As soon as he walked in, he wasn't in the room when I walked in, but like a couple minutes he pulled out, he's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna like this guy. And so, and then, yeah, bro, I mean.
Because like I
That's-
said, like you guys have a certain synergy together. Like
Yeah, bro.
when you guys are on a song together, or you guys are on camera together, like you guys legitimately look like you guys belong together in that sense, you know, like and creatively you guys literally
100%.
lift
Always.
each other up, and you like
Mhm.
even your own crew saying that, like that kind of vindicates me in the sense that it's like, yeah, I can see it from the outside,
Mhm.
but to know that even the guys that are with you every single day look at you
Mhm.
two and they're like, man, like these two guys together, you know.
Mhm.
So like that's kind of one of the main reasons I had to make sure that you came, but I needed your X factor to come as well because you guys together. I mean, like, just knowing you, just the few times I've met you, to know that you met him at like a little trap house in a hot box fucking room. I mean, that's so on brand for you. You know what I mean? Like, just knowing you and your music, like that seems like how you guys would have met. You know what I mean? So then, I guess like last but not least, how'd you meet?
This guy long way back, way before all these.
Wait, okay, so then tell the story.
Before,
Me and Alex, we met. I think it was 2015. So me and Alex were like, we had a lot of mutual friends, a lot of family friends. So we would just casually meet at like parties. But this was before he was making music, right? This was like 2015, and we would always say what's up. We were always super cool, but we never really hung out. And I was starting to shoot videos back then. I was just starting to, and then I started my my music video thing then. But he wasn't making music. And then a few years after, I noticed that he was trying to start like be an artist, and I was like, oh shit, Alex, that's just crazy. And then yeah, man, I think it got to a point where he finally hit me up for like a video, and then that's how I was able to meet everybody else. Yeah. But me and Alex, we go way back. Yeah,
way back.
Before music, before the videos. Yeah.
Yeah, before, and that's when I started realizing, I'm like, yo, bro, like when I started making music, I was like, everything is there. You know, you meet people for a reason, and that's when I started actually like thinking, you know, like differently. And that's when I started backtracking to things, and I was like, yo, bro, like that's why I have this person in my life. That's why I'm friends with that guy, you know, because at the end of the day, like all the people that I'm hanging out with and all the people that I'm with is because I want to be there, and because they're going towards the same place that I want to.
Let's be real, See-Through was one of the nicest videos I've ever seen put together.
Thanks, bro.
You guys fucking snapped on that, you know? And just from like the visuals of him as the artist and like the model, the lighting, the angles, like I really feel like you guys really came together on that track beautifully. So who did the article on it again? That
was it got picked up by Hip Hop Canada.
Hip Hop Canada.
Yeah. That video took a while to come to fruition though.
Yeah, like I said, like that to me, that video was one of the better videos I've seen. And like in the industry and kind of like the group that I'm involved in, like the AB, and like I'm around music videos and I'm around like the industry a lot. But like to actually see like your guys' video come out, like I said, I've seen a lot, and like I'm an old head when it comes to like how long I've been listening to music, so like and how many videos I've seen. Like that was actually like that was an art piece. And I remember there was a day where I think like kind of like the city, like not, I don't want to go on a limb and say the city, but to see that Champagne Poppy's Instagram account and keep your story, like that's a big deal. You know, of course it's a little small thing.
Yeah, it's a small thing.
But you know, there's a few celebrities that run their own accounts, and like Drake's been on record to run his own account. So to know that he for a split second in his day, he opened Hip Hop Canada, saw your name, clicked on your name, and opened your version of the story. Because of course he'd opened Hip Hop Canada, but then he went out of the way to take that extra click and then open your story, right?
Exactly.
So when you posted that and I saw that, like for me, I already kind of thought of you as really like the only guy really making like Latin music at that time. When I had seen that, I hadn't met Barz, I hadn't met some of the other guys you guys know, but at the time I really saw you as really like the envelope pusher, you know?
Yeah, man.
So like to kind of see that, like, was that kind of like validation for you guys to know that your guys' art and your guys' like creation was like finally reaching like the people, and you know that it's having an impact in that way?
Well, obviously at the beginning it's like, yo, like what the fuck, right?
What the fuck, right? Like what the fuck?
Right?
Yeah, that
I was
was
talking to this guy. Like, yo,
I couldn't believe, bro. It was early as fuck. It was like 8 a.m.
I know.
It's like 11 though.
I was working. I was like,
I was working too. I was like, bro, it's too early for this.
And all of a sudden you go like that kind of like that feeling like, whoa.
Yeah, man. I hit him up right away. I was like, bro, this is crazy. With all caps locked, just like a whole conversation.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, bro. No, I mean definitely it is breathtaking, bro. Like at the moment, it's like probably in the music, you know, experience. I think that's the best experience that I've had so far.
You know, like not to give the guy more fucking juice than he has, because he's already the fucking biggest artist to come out of this country. But like, let's be fair. Like if a guy like Drake and Drake looks at your stuff, I mean like, that's a good fucking feeling. You know what I mean? Like,
sure. But and exactly as I posted on my thing, like just keep working, bro.
Keep
You just
working.
never know who the fuck is looking at you.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
remember. I
just
have it
don't-
saved in my phone
Like,
still as well.
it's
like,
that tunnel vision, bro. Like at the end of the day, you're gonna have the tunnel vision, and if you want something, just go for that. Like I told you yesterday, bro. You want a fucking car, you go get that car. You work for that car. You save for that car. You want something, go ahead and do it, man. Like at the end of the day, like I said, that proved me that it is true what I was thinking. It doesn't matter who the fuck is saying what, if they don't like it, if my mom don't like it, if my cousin don't like it. I don't care. I'm gonna keep on doing it because I love it, and that's the result.
So that's why I say like every milestone's a true milestone, right?
Mhm.
So like you say, like regardless of where you go in this music wise and like creatively or like whatever happens to you in life, you still have that one milestone in your mind to know that hey, the biggest artist in the country where I'm also trying to make music in as well. He noticed me for that moment. He noticed you, you know?
Right.
You've been a little quiet, so I want to kind of tap in with you right now. So, like you especially, like, how old are you, bro?
I'm 21.
You're 21. How did you decide like that you really wanted to be a rapper? Like you said, like you grew up with rappers, but like do you find it a little harder to like? Did you find it harder to kind of like put music out, knowing that like you were doing something different than the rap?
Yeah, yes. I always find it a little bit harder because of my background, no? But yeah, it's always a process, you know. And I've been learning a lot from these guys too. So I'm glad now that I can do differently stuff and very happy.
So would you say that Alex kind of helped you with like your
100%,
ability to like?
100%.
Would you say that
He's my-
he helped you kind of start leading into like melodies and singing a little more?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, this guy just got me into that world, and I'm glad.
I'm excited to hear this new melodic kind of version of bars because the only version of you I've ever heard is fucking go punchline punchline punchline.
Yeah, me too,
you
bro.
know?
I'm excited, bro.
You know, so like I'm really excited to know that, you know, and I think the rest of us are excited to know that because I don't know how much everybody else here is tapped into you as the MC, but I'm pretty sure by the end of tonight, like they'll understand who you are as an MC, and I think we'll all be excited for who you are growing up, you know. So I'm gonna do it, and I know that you're capable of doing it. I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick because everyone here keeps talking about your freestyling ability, right? If I play a beat for you right now, you want to freestyle for me?
Sure.
Let's go.
Bro, these both
Let's
they live
go.
for that shit. They live for that shit.
You
That's
want
the
something
first
kind of-
freestyle on
You
your
want
side.
something fast or you want something kind of slower?
Whatever you find, first of all.
Yes, sir.
Wait.
Okay.
He was ready with the beat.
You need a speaker maybe?
Yeah, it might be better.
got a speaker,
I can't
right?
hear it on
You got a
this.
speaker.
Yeah, let's get a speaker real quick.
You have a speaker?
Hey!
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Hey. Okay. Aquí con el Marqués bien fiera. Sin Marqués no está en el beat este día. Pero de todos modos aquí sacamos la mitad de todas las melodías. Cuando las sacamos lo hacemos de noche y de día. Vengo, reviento los cientos y vengo los cientos y vengo del vento. Quedo sin aliento cuando pienso en el recuerdo. Que ando con el Ahlex tenemos los tenis iguales. Ya te la sabes, por eso aquí sacamos los flows. Son anormales, me dicen que onda con el Barz. Aquí le pego y te vas. Oh, cuando aquí le meto macizo. What the fuck? Hey. Y le mete la mano para que nos vamos todos arriba. Ey. De todos modos andamos fumando, no es indicativa. Oh, hey, tiene el gallo. De todos modos relajo. Allá la sobra y la saca la atrás, por eso de todos modos aquí como otro gallo. Lo tienes en la gorra de desmayo. Cuando saca pachola la fallo, porque tiene charola. La llena de chelas, mucha controla. Cuando la saco aquí. Y mi compa se va bien macizo de cuando saco otro flow. Compas, tenemos aquí, si te pones a te volamos la chompa. Dime qué pasa, cuando la saco, ok. Dime qué pasa, babe. Esto parece el money hits porque tú me saco. A tu mente cuando la saco, ya te la sabes aquí de mente. Oh, mente frecuente cuando la saco consciente. Ok, tienes un sola, ya lo vi. Por eso ando pegando el street. Por eso.
Hey, fight him, bro. Fight him, Oh my god!
Bro, you realize you just gave us about 4 minutes to just fucking bars, bro. Fucking bars. Yo, straddle this little speaker right here. Is that right? Bro, the fact that you had that in your pocket, you really came ready for that.
Yeah.
I knew if I put you on the fucking spot, you'd come out, bro. And like as a Latin music lover, myself and Jay over here, like we truly do listen to a lot of Latin music.
Yeah.
Like I said, you guys really are. You guys are doing something else that no one else is doing in the city right now. And that freestyling shit, man. That was hard, dude.
Thank you.
Honestly, you guys truly blessed us with more than a content piece. You guys blessed us with like a moment, like in a memory, that like along our creative journey. Like I said in the first episode of this isn't the final destination, but to say that like we all kind of ended up here in this spot along the way. Like it's the stops along the way when you get to the destination, when you finally reach that moment that you can look back and be like, man, I made it. But those times were sick, and hopefully when you're big time and when we're big time, when we're all doing big fucking things, we can look back and be like, man, do you remember that time in 2021 where shit was all fucked up and wild and like we did this crazy thing together?
Barz pulls out the speaker out the back.
Speaker,
Bigger one, but this time.
I fuck up and switch the beat, like there's a few things that happen here that are gonna go down in history with us at least, and like I said about Milestones, like everybody in this world has something that is historic to them and like it's history piece to them. Like everybody here today can probably say like they feel like this is a little bit of their history today, Everyone in this room here wakes up, like I said, and wants to do something cool. So to say that you were able to pull up here today and we were able to pull up here today and do some cool fucking shit with some great people who I can say that this is my family and this is your family, but together in this room we're all fucking family, So that's the one thing that on the app like we really think about is like it's more than just us, Like sure there's us as the app, but I mean like the app isn't anything without the city, and the city isn't anything without the good people, you know what I mean? So like without the people putting on. None of this comes to fruition, Everybody here is doing something.
You can't rush you can't rush greatness.
No, you can't.
Like at the end of the day, greatness is gonna find its way out of you, right? It'll find its natural course. Even when you force the hand, you'll notice that it's not as great as it could be, or you find like, I can perfect this a little bit better. That's just natural. That's just how it is naturally, For me, it's like a few things that I want to say before we wrap this is like you guys gained a supporter out of me, bro. Like just off of seeing how you guys kind of all met, the natural course of it, the almost coincidences but not coincidences, how you guys all play your own piece to this whole thing, and then you guys are just making it work, like lifetime supporter from me. And then another thing too is like when you were talking about like the Drake piece, right? I was just thinking, I'm like, bro, one day someone's gonna be like, yo, Ahlex or Marquise or Ramen, watch my stuff. And then now you're gonna be like the Drake in that situation, and then now they're talking about you, right? So that's what you guys are creating with this thing right here, is that legacy. I'm rooting for you guys. I want you guys to like reach the highest of success that you guys all can. However, we can help you have our support,
Here we are again.
Yes. 2.0.
Yeah, 2.0 love. I knew that 2.0. Obviously, very happy you guys were able to pull through again. We had a little bit of mishap on our end. That kind of, it's not really a mishap. I think it was kind of like a happy accident. Like it just gave us all a fucking reason to all pull up here together again today. I mean, like since the last time that you guys were here and then we all spoke, like y'all have been pretty fucking active. Like it's been like maybe 6 weeks, maybe less than that. And you guys have been very, very active. So
a month and a half.
Yeah, like a month and a half.
2 months almost.
And when I asked you guys like what you guys all got going on, like sometimes a lot of people are like, yo, I got this cooking, I got that happening. But like, yo, you guys actually like been showing like, yo, we actually have this happening and this happening and this happening, and you guys' names are popping up on for shows and on posters for competitions and things like that. So like, just touch up on that. Like, how has it been in like the last like 5-6 weeks since we've seen each other?
Well, it's definitely like a roller coaster, like everything, right? And it's always, you never know what's gonna happen when you're just working with, like I said last time, that tunnel vision. You're just doing your own, and I personally myself, I don't do it to see what people say. I do it because I love it, right? And just people that show love and all that stuff makes me realize that we're in the right path, right? That we're in the right path, that we're doing things properly, that, the fact that people, fuck with us, like, we see that, and you know, from you guys as well, right? Like Vancouver, it's a very like young city, you know, with a lot of talented artists, right? So
He doesn't want to release them for the sake of releasing them, and I can say that for a lot of other artists as well. But like, so like, just for you to say like, I don't release things just for the to please other people. Like I do it for me. Like you continuously are just rapping and making music like with your friends, and just do it because you fucking love it, right? I think sometimes some people do get caught up in the industry part of like the music side, you know, and sometimes they forget that like when they first started doing music, they did it because they loved it, you know.
It's like I've talked to Ramen and even to this guy about like perfectionism, right? Like how it's a blessing and a burden at the same time, right? Because you just want to go over the same song and you want to mix it properly, you want to master it properly, or I want to do another 5th, 4th, 6th take, you know, to make sure that that word is properly said, you know. But like I said, it's either you hold on to the projects and you try to like make them better, or you learn from them and make another song, you know. And that's always my advice to like every artist. Don't clinch into a project, don't clinch onto anything. Learn from it, look at it, be analytic, you know, be harsh with yourself to a point where you can just better your shit, you know. If you know that there's always room for improvement and there's always, you know, room to learn and to take in. Because if you think that you know it all and all that shit, I mean, who likes a guy that thinks knows it all, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just that, you know, doing it because you love it and because, you know, you just want to keep on doing it, right? So, other than that, the success and the money and all of that, it's a side, right? It's another hustle, it's another story. But, you know, if you keep working hard, you're perseverant, I think that, you know, you can get anywhere, right? You can get anywhere you want.
Cheers on that note. I'm the silent assassin over here. Just fucking Well, again, on that note, Barz, tell us what's going on, brother. Like based on like
we got a lot coming out,
yeah,
bro.
tell us right now.
A lot of tracks, bro. A lot of music. You know, with this guy especially, with that guy too. We've been working, you know, bro. Like every day in the studio is like it's a lifestyle, you know. Right now, it's different, but we're enjoying the process, you know, for real.
When I see videos of you in the studio, like you don't just look like another guy in the studio. Like when somebody else is on the mic or somebody's doing something, like you seem very tuned in. Like you seem like you're really channeling that and you're really processing that. And I think that shows in just like how much you personally like love music and like how much you connect with it, because like your ability to just like bounce along any beat to beats that you've heard a million times to a beat that you've never heard, you know, like your ability to just feel it and just continue to go, like I think that's what impresses me the most, like seeing how you are in the studio, just from people's stories, like just seeing how much you give a shit about it, like, and at your age too, like it really shows like you've got so much potential. And like one of the biggest things in the world that people fuck up with in this life is potential, right? So like the fact that you're really you've got a firm grasp on what you want to do with it, like we see it, and you guys are spitting on reggaeton beats, like you're coming up with some stuff.
Yeah, we're jumping on that wave actually, like big time, bro. Like lately we've been making reggaeton with this guy too. Like
I saw your IG question, and when I saw somebody say Dembo, I was like, yo, Dembo right now, like give us the Dembo, please. That shit's old, man. Bring it back.
Yeah, I know. You know, sit back, watch, learn, continue working, get together with my homies, do music, and that's what we just keep doing, right? Like we don't get tired of that, because at the end of the day, I was talking to Ramen yesterday, like, what's your favorite song? I'm like, I don't know, bro, because like every time we just make a different, better, nicer song, or just a different song with a different vibe, and you know, like that's what, at least that keeps me alive, you know, that keeps my balance with like my life and everything that happens in my life, you know, like for me, that's an outlet, right? You know, like I can't express my love so much for the music, right? And even I can speak for these guys, because I be in the studio with them the whole time, right? I be with this guy the whole time, so their attitudes and the way they speak about it and the way they express themselves about it speaks for itself. And even the work that they do, right? So it comes out easy, comes out fast, it's done, and on to the next.
Another thing, one more thing I kind of really wanted to touch up on before we head into like the second part of this really is going back to you and like the fatherhood side of it, you know, because like I
sorry,
know
the what?
the fatherhood side.
Okay.
You know, because you as an artist and like with what's going on with that, now you're getting a lot more busy. You know, like
Yeah.
you've got so many things working. You've got performances coming around the corner, and I know you're never gonna stop your 40 hours a week. You're gonna continue to do that with everything else you've got, right? So like, just kind of elaborate on that a little bit. Like, how's that gonna go going into the next like your big busy season that you got coming up?
Well, I mean, man, like I don't know what I was.
Because just like
thinking
for
about.
me, like that's just a challenge that like I don't think anybody else, like no one else in this room has. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so like that's just
No.
something that you personally can touch on and kind of like show like, you know.
Yeah, well, definitely. I'm a new person in that world, you know, becoming a father and all that stuff, you know. But this leaves for the week, you know. This leaves for the week. I want to excel in every part of my life. I want to make sure that my business is doing right, that my family is doing right, that my daughter is doing right, that, you know, my mental health is doing right, you know, that I'm getting enough sleep, you know. I want to go to the gym, but sometimes I don't have time because my priority is my family, you know, music first, and then, you know,
Bro, my mental health
anything
is
else,
hit
you
listening
know,
to that
like,
shit,
you know,
bro.
my mental health is kind of like fuck because I have so much shit in my head, right? But I mean, it's always good. I have a daughter that, you know, whenever I feel fucking tired and I feel devastated, I can just go home and just a smile, you know, will take all that shit away magically, you know, like you have no idea, like how I've been getting home like so fucked up and shit like that, but you just see her smile and it's like gone. I'm like,
Ready
okay,
to
let's
go.
do it. Let's go
Yeah.
to another fucking studio session, whatever, you know. Pass me another blunt, I don't know. But yeah, bro, like at the end of the day, you know, my mom always told me, whoever wants it goes and gets it, right? So it's just about that, man. It's just about keeping in the same, you know, lane, tunnel vision. Don't fuck with anybody. Nobody fucks with you. And just be nice, you know, be yourself. Don't try to copy anybody else. Do your thing. Be humble. Be appreciative of the things that you have. And that's how I'm looking at it, and that's how, you know, that's what's given me something back. And I'm gonna continue doing it, you know, because that's me and that's how I am, that's how I operate. You know, they can tell right away when I'm done doing fine. You know, this guy can tell right away when I'm done doing fine. You know, so I mean, yeah, there will be days where you don't feel so good, or there will be days where maybe, you know, you're not making money out of the music or whatever, but you know it's there, and there's gonna be people that will doubt you. There's gonna be people that will do anything to bring you down, you know. But at the end of the day, if you know where you come from, if you know why you're doing it, and if you know that, you know, you're doing it because you're gonna give back eventually. I mean, what else is there, man? I mean, we've been, like I said, on the reggaeton wave, so I think I'm trying to aim more that way, and kind of keep my, you know, my trap and hip hop on the other side. You know, like I want to continue doing like what I love doing, obviously the trap and all that stuff, but you know, I'm trying different like genres and all that stuff, and right now I've been like on the reggaeton wave so much, and we're doing it right. We're, you know, I think we're doing it correctly, and I'm loving the way it's sounding. I'm loving the way it's going. I'm loving the way even he's doing it, because in all my tracks, like even this guy has been like you said, he's been getting so much better, man. Like, I've been talking to this guy about this guy, like the way he's grown like these past 2 years, bro. Like you can tell, man. Like I mean, they're all talented, bro. Like.
Well, I'm excited to hear Barz on a reggaeton track.
Oh, you have.
See, you guys get excited means I'm gonna be excited. Like I'm so used to hearing Barz just fucking tear everything up, hence the name and all. But like, I'm excited to hear like the growth and almost like the experiment side of like you guys fucking with reggaeton and the whole. I guess the only other things I kind of want to do while we're still in this room is like I kind of lied to you, Barz. I kind of do want you to freestyle again. If you're cool with that.
I'm down.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured you'd be down. Where's the speaker? Someone get a fucking zoom in on that speaker.
Oh my god, the speaker's dead though.
Yeah, is it dead?
No.
Yeah, I got
Barz?
Nah.
Here, Barz, I got some beats. I'll sign in right now. It's got a little more bass.
Yo, but
Alex, you turn the freestyle.
Yo, but his freestyle is not free though. Like, his freestyle shouldn't be free, bro.
I know, exactly.
So is 9th and 28th Fed trying to freestyle too?
It's not free.
Oh Oh yeah, boy.
Oh yeah, boy, con mi compa es el Ahlex. Vengo de todos modos, tengo como un quimo, saben, siempre las hago, por eso tenemos todas las claves. Ok, no. Con mi compa es el Marquis, hey. Vamos a tomar el hachís, hey. Tenemos toda la weed, para que mala nos vamos en cheese. Ok, de todos modos la saco. Hey, hey. Yo, shoot that look, me pega la foto. Siempre de todos modos lo detono, como si estuviéramos en el lodo. Pero no, motherfucker, estamos en el trono. Como somos tres aquí adentro. Tenemos la Nike y también la Jordan. Por eso de todos modos como fuimos aquí lo saco y estamos en el reto. De todos modos performo porque de todos modos tengo todo lo que yo quiero, motherfucker. Siempre tenemos esta la placa. También tenemos la Jordan, andan afuera tirando la gorda. Pero de todos modos tienen drogas, ahí saca palabra. Coro. Ey, tengo el oro, por eso tesoro, sin mola tesoro y mata para la mora. Ahorita me hago el coloro, hey, ahorita me hago el oro, pero no los escucho de todos modos, lo de turno porque estoy en la calle Simón, oro, hey, dame la plata, hey, dame la pata, hey, ahorita dame la plata, motherfucker. Dime otra letra que se me va, tengo esta motherfucker bonsai. Ok, mi cochinada aquí la pego. De todos modos tengo el relevo, como si estamos en la pista como un tego. Pero no, soy el Barz en el micrófono y también del Ahlex cabrón. Y tenemos tatuajes en el cuello, por eso ahorita sonamos cabrón. Hice poner la pausa para que la mate, ya te la sabes el pausa. Ahorita tengo la causa que veo mañana al World Kid. Performamos como siempre, tenemos todo el OK. Ahorita mi perra anda bien low-key, me quitan gona, hey. Ya te la sabes de Dora, hey. Ahorita sí lo asesora, hey. Ahorita tengo señora, hey. Me sacan fuego, me sacan aire. Ahorita de todos modos es aire. Hey, motherfucker, pinte pie, que te hacemos poco aire. Cállate pa' acá que tenemos la rima maciza con la Manchester United. La goma blanca ya te la sabes es de naipes, como si fuéramos campito en la zona. Ahorita hacemos detona, hey. Tenemos el callo y tenemos la calle, una gorra. Como tú sin un guachazo y señora me pasan la otra, hey. Ahorita tengo derrota, hey. Ahorita no acepto una derrota, solo victoria mata poca, hey. Ahorita andan en podcast porque andan aplaudiendo. Siempre tenemos en esto, estamos riendo. Tenemos la chain, tenemos el play, con el Team Marquis, hey. Tenemos Racing, ok, la fuck. Ok, no se placa, ok, hace raca, ok, como si estuviéramos en la maca, pero no. Ahorita vengo de tono, escuchan, ok, ahorita voy, hey, para una colima me llevo mi bro, hey, me llevo mis bros porque nunca voy solo, hey. Ahorita siempre mis sueños, por eso siempre añoro, hey. Voy por lo mío y voy por mi mamá, le compro una casa, Simón en la mañana, por eso ahorita Simón se me escasa. Tengo la gorra, Simón la carcasa, hey, ho. Ando el micrófono, Barz en el micrófono, ahora Simón sí Simón, hey, me dicen no, les digo Simón, más o menos, siempre tenemos lo que tenemos.
Get the fuck out of here with that beat. I think my favorite thing about that is just watching you just quickly scan the room like fuck. And then you said, "Hey, give me a word." I heard you. I said, "Give me a word." Yo, and then that was insane to me, bro. I don't know if you guys know, but palabra means word. So as soon as I heard that, I was like, this is gonna go wild, bro. Like, that's insane. Watching you go into like, you were staring at the wall, but you weren't looking at the wall. Like you were literally just looking into the back of your own head. I mean, based off of the energy, I think the only thing that we can really move into now is to get these performance shots in. Excited to see you guys perform again.
Yeah.
So let's have a breather here. Everybody have a drink or whatever. We'll get the logistics set up upstairs and then we'll go.
That's crazy, man.
Yo, it's a real lab night tonight. Everyone's out.
Domino, yeah. Domino, cae como dominó. Domino, yeah. Domino, caen como dominos. Caen como dominos. Van cayendo de dos en dos. Y me siguen apuntando. Y yo solo ignorando. Lo que tiran y que son fakes. Tiras book pero solo face. Con mi ganga yo tiro el blaze. Keep it real to the end of days. Keep it focused, shoot on the low. Yeah, the reals know how it go. Siempre haciéndolo al cien y bien. Y mi shorty 10 out of 10. I keep working to get advanced. Que mi music me pague el day. Que mi music me pague hoes. y que me estén lloviendo shows. Dominó, 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 yeah. Dominó, 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 caen como dominó. Dominó, 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 yeah. Dominó, 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 caen como dominós. Caen como dominós, caen como dominós, caen como dominós. Caen como dominós, caen como dominós. Caen como dominós, caen como dominós. I'm feeling too blessed, I'm feeling too blessed. Si soy sincero, perdí 2 que 3. Ahora estoy viviendo con menos estrés. I swear I've been wanting to stay on my lane. Siento la impotencia de querer hacer, pero no me puedo bajar de nivel. Es un pecado que jamás voy a hacer, porque yo no puedo bajar de nivel. He hecho demasiados favores, muchos de ellos a traidores, y por el amor que tenía, yo jamás los puse en la lista. Jamás voy a ser conformista. Creé mi visión del artista, ahora me hicieron entrevistas. Dominó, 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 yeah. Dominó, 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 caen como dominós. Dominó, 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 yeah. Dominó, 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 caen como dominós. Caen como dominós, caen como dominós, caen como dominós. Caen como dominós, caen como dominós, caen como dominós. Caen como dominós, dominó, caen como dominós.
La baby es extranjera, pero yo también. No sabe lo que le espera, me encontró en el party al 100. Con una de ginebra y 5 gramos de 100. Y es solo un par un blones para invitarte, ven. Y así la conocí, con los ojos chiquitos. Andaba pensando que este güey era tranquilito. Yo lo que quiero aquí lo necesito. Mañana es otro día, por eso no me limito, que hey. En la cama quiero grito, que hasta parezca estar rito. Le doy bien duro pero no se quito. Al día siguiente a la casa le invito, pa' que traiga su corito. Puro bellaca con cuerpo finito. Y son pa' mis felas, si uno se pasa la quito, la evito. Y bueno, vaya cuerpo que tú tienes. Pa' mis hijos yo quiero todos los genes. Lo mueve tan duro que me entretiene. Pero me preparo porque sé que de las que se van y vienen. Hey. Pero me preparo porque sé que de las que se van y vienen. De las que se van y vienen. Bienvenida cuando quiere. De las que se van y vienen. Se vienen, se vienen. Y no se olvida el día de la profecía, porque ya sabía que ibas a ser mía, que te cantaría toda mi melodía y que le meterías hasta que amanecía. Pero no te olvides de decirme qué quieres tú de desayunar, aunque sé que cuando te levantas lo único que quieres es quemar. Wow, nos vamos a la terraza, no hay nada similar. El aire te abraza y el humo que me empieza aquí a flotar. Ella sabe que está bienvenida cuando ella quiere. De las que se van y vienen. Bienvenida cuando quiere. De las que se van y vienen. Bienvenida cuando quiere. Se viene, se viene. Se viene. Se viene, se viene. Se viene. On the mic. Ey. Gold Kit en los controles.
Sé que piensas en mí cuando tú te vas a la cama, que haces cosas prohibidas y hasta viras la mirada. Don't want a lot of drama como a Mimi en la cama. Tan fácil me seduce solo con verte a la cara. Una dama que me domina, pa' donde vaya ella me tiene en la mira. Ella me encanta y su labio jugosito, tiene veneno que en momento necesito. Pero que va, le da igual, para ella solo eres otro más. Pero que va, le da igual, para ella solo eres otro más. A ella no tengo que comprarle nada, ella lo que sí tiene es otra mentalidad. De ningún pendejo ella se deja llevar. Era mía más allá y no le importa el dinero. De su lista quiero yo ser el primero. Quiero ser el mero mero, y te lleve en velero y te baje el mundo entero. De su lista yo quiero ser el primero. Sigo pensando en aquel encuentro, hey, con mariposas adentro. Sigue quemando tu cuerpo, mi cuerpo, hey, te vienes y yo me vengo. Sigo pensando en aquel encuentro, hey, con mariposas adentro. Sigo pensando en aquel encuentro, hey, con mariposas adentro. Vengo, reviento, lo siento si vengo del vendo. Quedo sin aliento cuando pienso en el recuerdo, yeah. De tanto momento de bueno, por ellos me quedo, la vendo y la rento, hey. Atento con el sentimiento, hey. De rápido a lento, hey. Quiero más perco, hey. Me encanta su acento, hey. Vuelo como el viento, me puso atento, hey. Si te digo que te quiero es porque aquí yo no te miento, hey, hey. Si te digo que te quiero es porque aquí yo no te miento, hey, hey. Si te digo que te quiero es porque aquí yo no te miento, hey, hey. Si te digo que te quiero es porque aquí yo no te miento. ¿Qué piensas en mí cuando tú te vas a la cama? Que haces cosas prohibidas y hasta viras la mirada. Don't want a lot of drama como a Mimi en la cama. Tan fácil me seduce solo con verte a la cara. Una dama que me domina, pa' donde vaya ella me tiene en la mira. Ella me encanta y su labio jugosito, tiene veneno que en momento necesito. A ella no tengo que comprarle nada, ella lo que sí tiene es otra mentalidad. De ningún pendejo ella se deja llevar. Era mía más allá y no le importa el dinero. De su lista quiero yo ser el primero. Quiero ser el mero mero y te lleve en velero y te baje el mundo entero. De su lista yo quiero ser el primero. Hey, sigo pensando en aquel encuentro, hey, con mariposas adentro. Sigo pensando en aquel encuentro, hey, con mariposas adentro. Sigo pensando en aquel encuentro, hey, con mariposas adentro. Sigo pensando en aquel encuentro, hey, con mariposas adentro. Con mariposas adentro.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Blanca. Happy birthday to you. Yo, let's go. Hey, speech. Oh, I didn't come with anything. No, I just appreciate every single one of y'all for showing up tonight. There's not a lot of times that people hear the word reshoot and get excited, you know what I mean? But I think we made the best of it. Thanks for pulling up. It was my birthday, and I honestly feel like this is a pretty good fucking gift. Every single one of you guys that showed out tonight, your guys' presence is what makes these things possible. Just the energy, everybody coming out, so many different crews, everybody here for the same reason. Again, like I'm blessed to be here. I'm thankful to have all of you guys here. Happy birthday to me. Thank you for you guys pulling out, making this possible. Love Anita all day, baby. Love Anita.
And I think that's a wrap on this one. Eh?
Let's go.